Imagine a world where the rules of global power have just changed. A tiny little country in Africa, Namibia,
This is Namibia.
just flipped on America. They say they didn't do it, but their new visa rules eventually just rendered those Americans persona non grata in that country. But really, if you look at it, this is just cold, hard reciprocity. America's arrogance is catching up with it. Let's break this down. Namibia has laid out for many years the red carpet for American citizens to just waltz into Namibia. Windhall. No questions asked. And they have lived and worked, built empires there, mined diamonds, gold, you name it. No questions have been asked. America just the other day withdrew funding for some of the most critical aspects of healthcare in Namibia. In fact, Namibians, alongside many other African nationals, have always gone through humiliation at the visa offices, trying to fly to America. But where are the African nations who are seeking a bit of empathy, dignity in handling not just the heads of states, but citizens, the very ones that are represented by these presidents? This is the new sheriff in town, President Nandi Ndaitwah, and she's saying it is not going to be business as usual.
So help me God.
We have got to be at the table as equal partners. We know that it is the Western world. America has great wealth. So there could be aspirational Africans or just Africans who are trying to run away from strife, who are seeking refuge in the West.
Crossing the Sahara,
granted that might be the
in search
case,
of a better life.
but we all know that in virtually every African country, you will find European nationals. You will find Americans either living and working, doing business, indeed domiciled. Starting April 2025, Namibia declared no more free passes for Americans.
The strategic decision, according to Amutse, is aimed at fostering fair and balanced diplomatic relations and will affect a total of 31 countries.
So the message there is that if America demands visas from African nationals from across the continent, then for sure that African countries should extend the same. Namibia is a former German colony. To date, Namibia's land and vast wealth resource is virtually in the hands of Germans. And I think what is now happening, that because of social media, the opportunity for Africa to flip the conversation, to challenge the narratives and to present hard evidence that cannot be denied,
Where is everybody?
is now beginning to become a problem for the Western powers. So the narrative that was always painted about Africa is slowly shifting. And obviously it is unsettling many Western capitals. What has now happened is that Namibia is saying, enough. Come on now, enough. But I think for a country that has sold itself as a bastion, ideally of democracy in the world will see exactly what is going on in America with regards to its foreign policy, more specifically to African nations. It's almost as if the Western capitals have a right to African capitals, to African resources, and yet America will question the engagement of China on the continent, the engagement of China with African states, the heavy investment, the China Belt and Road Initiative in Africa, in Asia. America keeps raising those questions, almost suggesting that it is only America who can set the standard for any bilateral engagement. But nations are sovereign and they are free to do so. Engage in their own terms to stamp sovereign power. However small these nations are, Namibia is saying we are also in charge of our affairs. So if you do not get with the program, you have no business being here, ship out. So this will be interesting days ahead to see how what has happened in Namibia may then trigger a domino effect across African nations. How are African nations going to respond? especially the big nations that have constantly engaged with the US. With China rising, BRICS becoming a reality, America's leveraging obviously is going to fall to the wayside. The shift is happening, and it may just accelerate considering how America responds. But the 4 years of the Trump presidency,
You don't have the cards right now.
the signing away, the pace, the speed at which this president has been signing new declarations is what is creating the problem. We've seen Americans cry about Dodge.
Elon is doing a great job.
And perhaps the bromance between Elon Musk and President Donald Trump may finally just fade. Because clearly you can see that there is a repercussion. The same public that buys from Tesla is saying, you're not going to be messing our lives up, causing with the president, and then still getting our valuable dollars that we work for so hard.
For the boycott of Tesla manufacturing.
Change is happening in America. It's definitely going to happen across the world. So I think fundamentally what Namibia has done, it has just put the question to the world, especially to the global north. Why should we extend goodwill to you while you cannot extend the same to us if you don't treat us as equals? It's a fundamental question. So guys, share your thoughts in the comments. Africans, Europeans alike, Americans, and absolutely, if you stand with Namibia, you believe that President Nandi was doing the right thing, smash that button, man. So many thanks for watching. I hope this message resonates with you wherever you are. Please do remember to subscribe. Remember to ring that bell. Check out the next story. This is definitely Afrocentric, and I'm out. Peace.